everyone! Welcome to our podcast where we talk about real topics in a simple and relatable way.
You are tuned to the pulse of professional world. Live from the hub of talent and strategy. This is your backstage pass to the world of work. You're listening to The Heart of Hire.
And today's episode is all about human resource management or HRM. What is it really? What are the common misconceptions and why is it important in business?
Leading today's conversation, I am Brian Celis.
And sitting across from him, I'm Renz Magpantay. Let's get down to business.
I'm really feeling the energy today, Renz. I have a hunch that this episode is going to be one for the book because we weren't just talking about HRM from a textbook perspective.
I couldn't agree more, Brian. We're actually stepping up our game today because we've invited real-world experts to the show. We have a panel of HR professionals joining us to pull back the curtain on what really happens behind those office doors.
Exactly. It's one thing for us to talk about it, but having seasoned pros who live and breathe people management every day, that's going to bring a whole new level of depth to our conversation.
So, if you ever wondered if HR is actually your friend or just there to handle paperwork, stay tuned. This is going to be an insightful session.
Alright, let's get into it. We are hyped to have some serious heavy hitters in the building today. Please welcome to the mic, Irish, Kenneth, and Joffer.
Yes, we are truly honored to have them. These three aren't just experts on paper. They are the living proof of excellence in the field. They bring years of experience in navigating the complexities of people management and organizational culture.
What's up, guys?
Hello, thank you for having us.
Hi everyone! Hi guys, I'm glad to be here.
Alright, team. Before we dive into the heavy technicalities and policies, let's take a second to look at the big picture. We talk about companies like they're just buildings and logos, but at the end of the day, what are they really?
Exactly. You can have the best tech and the flashiest office, but without people, you just got a very expensive museum.
And that's where the human element comes in. Irish, kick us off. What exactly is human resource management or HRM in the real world?
Hello everyone. To answer this question, HRM is essentially the heartbeat of the organizations. It's all about managing the people within a company. They aren't just there to process paperwork, they are responsible for finding the right talents through hiring, taking care of their well-being, and making sure everyone is moving in the same direction.
So, if I'm hearing you right, the act is a bridge between the company's goals and the employees' actual needs?
Yes, exactly. They balance the needs of the business with the right of the workers. Without that bridge, things would get chaotic pretty fast.
I've definitely some chaotic workplaces before. It really makes you realize that HRM isn't just a department, it's a strategy for success. Now that we've set the stage, let's get into the specific of how they actually make that magic happen.
I'm telling you, Renz, having this much HR brain power in one room is dangerous. I feel like my professional life is being audited just by sitting here.
Right. I'm sitting up a little straighter myself, but honestly, before we get into the heavy stuff, we have to clear the air. There's this one thing that drives me crazy because even I used to get it twisted.
I know where exactly you're going. Let's see if our guests deal with this too. This question is for you guys. Have you noticed that when someone says HRM, people often think it's related to hospitality like hotels or tourism?
That's a good question, Brian, because I personally used to perceive HRM as being interrelated with hospitality.
To answer this question, for me is yes, that's very common because many people confuse HRM with hotel and restaurant management, but they are completely different.
Actually, that's true. HRM focus on the people in many kind of businesses, not just like hotels. Every company needs an HR.
Yes, exactly. That's why they call it the heart of the organization. So that's clearly a misconception. So HRM is not limited to this hospitality, Brian. It's a universal.
Yes, that's right. Okay, I have here another question for you guys. So, can you explain what HR actually does in a company?
Yeah, sure. First is recruitment. They find and hire employee. Second is training. They help employees improve their skills. And third is employee relations. They handle workplace issues.
They also manage salaries, benefits, and company policies.
Yes.
Oh, so they really help the company running smoothly.
Yes, exactly, because we are HR.
Yes, HR.
but just like what you said, it's the heart of the
Yes,
organization.
yes.
And another question for you guys. So, how is HRM different from other business courses?
So, HRM focuses on people. For example, marketing focuses on customers, finance focuses on money, but HRM focuses on employees.
And that's important because even if a company has a great plan, it won't succeed without good employees, right?
Thank you.
Yes.
But I have follow-up questions for you, Mr. Kenneth. Is HRM in demand in the Philippines?
Yes, it is. Every company needs HR, especially the BPO companies, the corporations, even the government policies.
That's right. Even a small businesses needs HR functions, even if they don't have a formal HR department.
Oh, so hearing that from you, Robert. So this question, I gotta ask this to you. So what jobs can HRM graduates have?
There are many opportunities when it comes to HR, like HR assistant, recruiter, training officers, payroll officers, and HR managers.
You can also work in administrative roles or even become a consultant in the future.
Oh, so Brian, I think HR is a broad course.
Yes.
Yeah. So some people say that HRM is an easy course compared to the others. What do you think about that?
No, I don't agree with that. It's it's not easy because dealing with people is complicated.
Yes.
Yes, you don't just handle numbers, you deal with emotions, attitudes, and behavior.
And even there are conflict in company, HR is responsible in solving them. That's a big responsibility.
So clearly, HRM is not as easy as
Yes.
some people think.
True.
Yeah. Man, knowing that HR is literally everywhere, it really opens your eyes to how massive this field is. It's not just a desk job, it's like being the engine for a whole company.
Exactly. And after hearing Irish, Kenneth, and Jobert break down those misconceptions, I'm starting to see why people get so passionate about it. It's making me think about the students out there who are still choosing their path.
For real, if you're looking for a career that actually matters, this seems like a top contender.
That's a perfect lead to our guest. Looking at the big picture, why should students today consider taking HRM?
So, if you enjoy working with people and helping them grow, HRM is a good choice.
Aside from that, it's also a stable career because company will always need HR, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And also to add, and you develop useful skills like communications, leadership, and problem solving.
So guys, before this our podcast, we do some background checking.
Yes, yes.
And we gather information that you all guys graduated from Batangas State University, Rosario. And knowing Batangas State University,
The National Engineering University. Oh, the well-known university in Batangas, Brian.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna ask this question to
Yes.
you guys. So why is Batangas State University Rosario a good place to study HRM?
VSU Rosario offers quality education and a supportive learning environment.
And also, the professors are knowledgeable and provide real-life examples.
And it really prepares students for a real workplace after graduation.
So, Brian, Batangas State University is literally going up to the highest level.
Yes,
so,
that's right.
yeah. So, there you have it. HRM is more than what people think. It's not just about hiring, it's about managing the most important part of company and its people. So, before we wrap up, I want to ask about something critical. As HR professionals, you guys, do you face challenges when it comes to communicating with employees? Sometimes it's hard to get everyone on the same page, right?
Definitely, Renz, for me, the biggest challenge is delivering bad news. Whether it's decline, promotion, or disciplinary actions, you have to be very careful with your words. You need to be firm but still show empathy so the employee doesn't feel attacked.
I agree with Irish. On my end, the challenge is language and clarity. In a big company, people have different backgrounds.
Yes.
If I use too much office lingo or technical terms, some employees might get confused or misunderstand the policies. I've learned that keeping it simple is always better.
And also for me, it's about listening.
Yes.
Sometimes employee come to us very angry or frustrated. The challenge is staying calm and really hearing what they are really upset about
True.
instead of just quoting the rule book. Communication is a two-way street. If they don't feel heard, they won't follow what you say.
Exactly.
Yeah, hearing from those three HR
Yes,
professionals.
professionals.
Yes, that's right. So that makes sense. It's not just about talking. It's about how the message is received and how you handle the emotions behind it.
It sounds like being an HR professional requires a lot of patience and a cool head
Yeah.
when things get heated.
That's definitely right. So we hope you learned something new
Yes.
about HRM today.
Thank you again to our guests, Irish, Kenneth, and Mr. Jobert.
Thank you.
guys.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in.
See you in our next episode!